excited to introduce our final speaker of the 40 Over 40 Summit, Deirdre Wagner. Let me tell you about Deirdre. Deirdre is a former world-class triathlete and U.S. National Developmental Cycling Team member whose life and career were radically changed by a near-death experience. Today, she guides women over 40 in reclaiming their voice and reconnecting with their intuition combined combining lived experience, spiritual insights, and practical tools for deep personal transformation. Welcome, Deirdre.
It was a hot summer day in Leesburg, Virginia. I was competing in my first big major bike race with the U.S. cycling team, developmental squad. It was a beautiful course. There were crowds of people lining the outside of the course. It was a loop in downtown Leesburg, Virginia. It was hot. I was flying downhill in the bike race, swooping through the 90-degree turn to pick up speed, like a daredevil trying to get ahead of the other riders. Suddenly, a car pulled onto the race course. I hit the trunk of the car, flew up in the air, smacked on the hot, sizzling pavement. Little did I know the extent of my head and spinal injuries.
Mm.
I was in shock. Several days later, I woke up to answer the phone. I couldn't talk. I felt like someone was strangling me. I thought, oh, this is just laryngitis. It'll go away in a few days. But it didn't. And that put me into the dark night of the soul.
Mm.
But I felt God saved me for a reason. And because I couldn't talk, I began to listen, really listen. And
Mhm.
soon I started to hear an inner voice. And that inner voice started giving me the next steps to a new life. I call these steps divine breadcrumbs. And as I followed these steps, listened to the inner voice, it started to take me to new careers as a healer, an actress, and an award winning pharmaceutical sales rep.
Mhm.
And through that path, I slowly started to get my voice back. It still isn't 100%, but one day it will be. And I am here to help other people that have lost their sport or lost their careers for them to come inside and develop a connection to their inner voice, to their higher self, and to embody the divine in physical form so you have true guidance to questions in your life, situations, or what your next step is in this incredibly unstable world.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, and the key words that are for this year is authenticity and discernment
Mhm.
and connecting to your inner voice, your intuition helps you to see what is true, what is a good path, who are good people for you, and the discernment to choose what feels good, the right path. And when you connect to your higher self, that gives you the ability to do that.
Wow. What a great story, Deirdre. I mean, it's your story and it's real. It was just dropping in as you were talking about your voice. It's like just that little bit, like you said, it's not 100% back, but I'm like, you know what though? It encourages people to really lean in and listen. So you got the advantage.
Wow, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I mean, it just made me think, oh, because yeah, if it's not right as strong as it used to be, it just makes you lean in. Because someone had said to me one time, that instead of yelling at her kids, she whispered all the time. And she said, and boy, what a shift that was in my household, because then they leaned in to listen.
Wow.
So there you go. You're in your power.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
even though it was devastating
Hmm.
to lose my pro athletic career, I
Hmm.
got so many gifts from it because I had a near death experience that night.
Hmm.
So I was transported to another realm where I met my higher self. And she told me about many years in the future, the earth was going to be in a terrible place. And that my mission would start then to help. And I was going, I hope it doesn't get to that point in the world. But here we are today, all
Yeah.
the things happening. So
Hmm.
I've accepted my mission. And when we did our virtual summit together, September, well, it was November, but September 2024 was when I got the message the time is now.
Hmm.
And there were a whole bunch of spiritual leaders at that time that got the same message. So, and
Amazing.
one of the messages I was given after the crash was women are going to be the ones to save the planet. So, thank you for having this event celebrating International Women's Day
Hmm.
because I believe we're all being called to activate our gifts
Hmm.
and use those gifts for even for the benefit of the people closest to you.
Thank you, Deirdre. And, I mean, I feel like I just have this inner knowing that yes, the time is now, and yes, we're being called, and yes, like, I just feel like it is our whatever you want to call it, our job right now to go, okay, if I don't know what the inner light is, to tap into that and find it. That message has come over and over and over again in the summit, to go within, listen to that. And then, like, what are the obstacles? Again, without judgment. I love the word you said, discernment. With discernment, go, okay, so what's in the way of that? Don't need to beat myself up about it. It's none of that crap. It's just from a discerning place, what's in the way. So clear that out, find that light within, and beam it out. What did my friend Ora say on the evolutionary emergence? He said, tune in, turn on, and beam out. And I loved that. And yeah, but my point in saying this was that it's so wonderful to hear folks like yourself, Deanne, who was on yesterday, who've had those near-death experiences, who've actually connected in a stronger way. We had Anya Starlight earlier today, like, that are connected in that way to go, oh yeah, like you're getting more direct messages, like, so thank you for bringing that.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's it's crucial because at this sermon is going to lead you to the place that you're supposed to go and keep you out of things that could trip you up. So it's important to really get a sense of who you are inside, ground deep into Mother Earth, connect to the angelic realm, heaven, whatever you feel, and to operate from being grounded to the planet, but also being connected to your higher self. That kind of embodiment is not only going to keep you on the right path, it's going to keep you safer.
Mm, yeah. So share with us, Deirdre, what do you suggest, like tapping into that? How do we do that?
I, well, my gift, free gift to everybody is the full body kind of question and answer. It's using your body to ask it yes or no questions. And there's
Mm,
a simple process to that. But
hmm
it takes repeated practice. So you really get in tune to what it feels like. Yes, that's a yes, and that's a no. So you can really use your whole body to decipher what is the correct path for you. I use things like rune stones, oracle cards. There's other plus tapping, emotional freedom technique. I'm also a Shen therapist, and when I was doing Shen, which is kind of like Reiki, but it's developed by a physicist,
hmm
really working with the human biofield. And things like somebody's on a table, and my inner voice would say, "Oh, start at their feet." And that's not what we typically do, is start at the patient's feet. And the voice would say, "Just do it." And
hmm
I would, okay. And then because they told me the person wasn't going to relax till I did that. And so I did what the voice said, and boom, the person relaxed. It was easier to work on them. They had a phenomenal result. So a lot of with tapping into the inner voice, inner self, it's not a one and done.
hmm
You for the best thing is set aside 15 to 20 minutes, preferably every morning, before your day starts. So you feel the most relaxed, the most receptive, and do a meditation practice that and grounding practice. I also have a protection prayer that I got from Christopher Macklin. He's Global Enlightenment Project.com and the 27 Esoteric Merkaba prayer, which really helps protect you from negative entities, clear your vibration to have as clear and easy a day as possible.
Love it. Wow, lots and lots of great tips there. Um, Deirdre, I'm just curious, were you into were you open to all this prior to your accident, prior to your near death?
Uh, Not so much.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I mean, I was, but I was so into competing and rising. I was ranked 11th in the world in ultra distance triathlons before I got hurt.
Wow.
And the US team was preparing me to be on the national team and compete in the Tour de France. So that was my focus.
Right.
And it was interesting. It's amazing how God works because uh, a healer friend of mine, she started a women's massage group. So I go like, oh, what the heck? So I joined that, and massage was completely new to me as far as doing it. And I started getting acquainted with that. And then when I got hurt, my triathlete boyfriend gave me a massage table to massage him. And it just, I started working on people, and people started just hearing about me. And I would get calls. I didn't even know these people. Like people would talk about me at the YMCA, and people would start calling. And my practice just built. And because the first thing that I did was massage and chin, I didn't have to use my voice that much. And it allowed for me to start to rehabilitate. And Shen therapy was what actually helped started getting my voice back. And and just the gifts, the people that I worked on that had just miraculous healing experiences. And
Hmm.
so I feel spirit just goes, whoop, you didn't know this, but you got a really big mission coming. And
Right.
we're really, really happy you had this fabulous athletic career, but we're prepping you for something else.
It's just so I love that. I just love these stories too because I feel like it's like a coming home to, I mean, not that you didn't enjoy being this pro athlete and that you didn't get a lot from that, but it just became like your whole mission. Like it's like a coming home, I feel like. It's like, you just were awakened to the bigger purpose. And yeah, it took an accident for that to happen. But I'm sure it feels like a burden some days, and you can talk to that if it does or doesn't. But how amazing to just get that kind of clarity around your purpose.
I'll share a story that I've never shared on
Sure.
a summit. Um, after the crash, and I went to it was a couple weeks or so later, I went to a very dear friend's house. It was a gorgeous home. I was going to house sit for her. She had like a better homes and garden house on the Severn River in Annapolis, Maryland. Just looks like it was in a magazine. I went in the side door. Everything is immaculate except for this little book, white book, in the center of the kitchen table. And I thought that's really odd that she would leave this book out. So I went over the book. I'll check it out. I picked it up, opened it up, and the page I opened it to said everything in black and white that my higher self said to me in my near death experience. What my real name was, what my mission was
Oh,
here
wow.
on earth. I talking about chills and hair standing up on end. The near death experience itself was unusual enough. And I didn't share it much with people, but when things started coming true that she had told me, like, oh my goodness, it was, and things that they've shared with me, I've found like someone will say something to me, like, oh my God, that's what she said to me. Or I'll open a book, a question, and I pretty much knew my origin, um, soul origin, and there I read it in a book. Another one just happened like a month ago. I just was directed to get this book, and I looked up something that the higher self told me, and there on the page was the stuff. So I, I really, really, um, I trust. I mean, I've been shown so many times. I want to acknowledge some people. My friend Angeline, she is here. Thank you, Brooke, Jane, uh, Virio,
Stereo, yeah.
Brooke. I'll put Shin therapy. It's physio emotional release therapy. It's kind of like Reiki, but because there's a physicist documented the human biofield, it's more precise and kind of medical, uh, kind of than Reiki. And um, to to learn more, you could go to shenTherapy.net, Net. I don't currently do Shen, but there's Shen therapists all over the world. And it really is a stellar body work.
Wow. Amazing. And thanks for your story about like this book. That's wild. And like you said, as if the near death experience wasn't profound enough, but if there's any hesitation with that kind of stuff or any kind of like, oh, is that real or did like how you just go, you can't make that stuff up. You cannot make it up, right? I might have even shared with you I had this recently. I won't take up too much time, but was doing this group meditation and the word colloquial came in. I'm like, what the hell is that? I don't even know what that means, right? But it just kept coming in. So then I was Googling like, okay, what's a spiritual or like meaning of this. And I was like blown away at what came. It was like everything that I think and feel and my purpose and my mission put into words that just landed so deeply with me. I was like, what the hell just happened? And I was like, maybe I heard that word before, but I'm like, I don't know what the frick this means. Like, why is it coming in?
Yeah, isn't that
Unreal.
amazing how that works?
Totally amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they, um, and I'm sure everybody has felt in life a time when you're being judged or rejected, be it in some important situation like a job or uh, some kind of uh, uh, important thing that you're doing that you feel attached to. I was, I moved to a pharmaceutical sales rep, and the manager I had was going to be leaving, a new manager was coming in. And so they were both working with me one day, and we went to see a physician and to talk to him about our product. Well, the manager took over and talked to the doctor. I like didn't do anything, but he just took over the call. And the new manager came in and just stood and watched. And as we're leaving the doctor's office, I'm walking a few steps ahead of the two managers. And the current manager said to the new manager, well, she's slow. And the new manager goes, yes, I know. And I go, they think I'm retarded.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And this is where the benefit of the work with the inner voice helped me so much because I was so grounded in
Hmm.
my body
Hmm.
and my
Hmm.
connection
Hmm.
to spirit that I know who I am. So fast forward 10 years later, I was the most award winning rep in the history of the company.
I love that. Yeah. With your current voice, with your, like, think about that, right? You're just, and what was there? You told me before, no, we have to close soon, but you told me before too, there was something else. Oh, there was more to, like, you got a message or something about that too, didn't you? About what you were supposed to do for the pharmaceutical or something? Wasn't there something like you got a message about you were meant to change the pharmaceutical?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to a woman who's a big healer person, and she told me, she goes, Deirdre, you were supposed to be in that business because you're higher frequency to help change the pharmaceutical industry. And the thing that I got so many times, like from pharmacists or doctors' offices, they go, like, Deirdre, you come in and everybody there gets happier. And the energy just raises in the offices or the pharmacists. And it just, they go, you're so different from the other pharmaceutical reps. And they, And I'm just being me, but because of my connection to the higher plane, it would just, my frequency would shift. Everybody in the offices.
Totally.
And
Love it.
it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And I would have like the doctors that I would think would least notice.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to meet some of these doctors. And
Right.
they go, do you know what? My staff is happier every time after you're here. Like, come
It's like
back
you're
more
kind of like
frequently.
it's like you're kind of giving some woo. It's like, Deirdre coming in and it's just like we don't know why, but like we have to buy from her. I love it.
You,
Oh, Deirdre, I love the energy.
Brooke Lacey, I agree with you, Brooke. Thank you very much.
Mm,
Cindy, that is so great. Thank you so much, Lacey.
hmm.
Really happy you guys are here.
Yeah,
It's so
sharing the
nice.
love. You're inspiring everyone, Deirdre. Way to go.
It
So, listen, I want you to, I know you mentioned it, but your gift is the full body muscle testing guide. Um, I think you explained it already, but just in short, is this a guide to help you?
takes you through the steps how to do the muscle testing.
Hmm.
For me, it's very, very important to do that grounding with the earth and the connection to God, Spirit, whoever you see on the higher plane. And I put that in the full body testing because it presents the most accurate results to your questions. Like it's more true when you connect to deep into Gaia, connect to the higher self, and then go through the steps. So I also do a thing where your central meridian is grounded. And so your body is working, your connection is working.
Mm.
And then I have the steps for actually doing the muscle testing. So it's a whole protocol. And the VIP gift,
So it's looking like that link isn't working, and I don't know why, because you and I tested that. So I'm just going to, if you can find it, Deirdre, and share it, or if not, then I'm just going to your application, see if it changes if I copy it from there. But if not, we can put in your contact information too, and people can reach out to you that way, just
okay,
to mitigate that. Sorry. I'm just looking for it as out of the application, but tell us your VIP gift too.
the VIP gift is 25-minute coaching session with me. And it's if you have questions about how to do the full body muscle testing, I will coach you through the process. So you'll really get to do it right there, then, and or any other questions. I didn't even get into one of the things that happened from the near-death experience was my special spiritual gifts came online: clairaudient, clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairsentient. Yeah, uh, it's really been interesting having all these gifts come online. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay,
So,
Deirdre. I tried to Just copying. I tried to do it straight from the application, which is so weird because you and I actually did test this and it worked. So that's weird. I don't know why it's not working now. Do you mind if I share your email address for people to connect with
Yeah,
you?
that's fine. I'm
Okay.
happy.
Okay. So there's Deirdre's email address there to connect with her to get this because this sounds like a really great tool, full body muscle testing kit and a muscle that we really want to strengthen. Because
Exactly.
again, it's all go within,
This
listen
will
within.
help you to connect your higher self and to get that high level of discernment
Mm-hmm.
and what is authentic, what is true.
Yeah.
You really, really need that now.
Exactly. So I'm going to encourage you to just copy this email right now and just like, even if you just go into your email and just in the subject, just say gift. Deirdre will know what you're after and she can get that to you. So, because I don't want you guys to miss out on that. And then of course the full body muscle testing that will be in the VIP dashboard and available. And I'll be reminding everyone about VIP gifts after the event closes. So.
Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thank you, Deirdre. Thank you for shining your light. And I couldn't think of a better person to close us out as this reminder, that, someone who is tapped in, had the near-death experience, knows. I just feel like it's in so much more in a whole new way of knowing where we are, where we're headed, and where the truth is. And thank you for this beautiful reminder.
You're welcome. Thank you, Sherry. You're awesome.
You too,
Oh,
buddy.
over 40 speakers in 3 days.
Yeah, you can call me crazy.
Bless you
Mm,
guys. Thank you so much. I'm so
mm,
glad, Vario. That's
mm.
wonderful. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that with me.
Thank you for the loving comments. Okay.